What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and to this overview of RipX, the deep audio version by Hit and Mix. And this has been described as the Photoshop of the audio industry because it has an amazing ability using AI to separate stems. So you input just a stereo track, a master track, and then it separates it into individual tracks and you can actually see the notes. It's quite amazing. And while I will focus on that ability in this video, the thing that I want to focus on most is actually using this as a practice tool. I'm a guitarist and I'm constantly frustrated by not being able to find backing tracks online to songs that I want to learn. So having something like this where you can actually put in the actual track and remove the solo guitar, kind of the vocal of the instrumental track, is an invaluable tool. And I want to explore the ways RipX does this by using a Steve Vai track. So I have the MP3 here from a track from 2005, Freak Show XS, and it's as easy as just drag and drop. It's going to ask you how you want to extract, if it's just a single instrument or multiple, and of course I want multiple. I'm just going to hit rip and it's going to do its thing. It is going to take a while because it is a complicated process. You also get graphics, so it's going to take 10 minutes, but of course I'm not going to have you sit through that. So let's fast forward a bit. So now that that process is done, we see that we have all of the stems separated. And what I notice is that when it comes to guitar stuff, it divides it between violin and guitar, and that's kind of the guitar track. But let's just play and solo these elements. So as you can hear, percussion drums and kick drum are the drum elements of this, so it separates it. Percussion is more of the hi-hat and snare drum. Kick drum is the actual kick, the low end of the drum, and the drum itself is kind of everything in between, the meat of the snare drum and everything else, gluing it together. Then we obviously have the bass. And if we put all of that together, and let's listen to the guitars and violin. And you can see why it registers this as a violin, because there's a lot of stuff in the background. There's a lot of synths, there's a lot of actual synth violins as well as synth strings, and it just collapses everything into violin. And then we have the guitar layer on top. So we have that, but what I want to do is just practice without that. So I can just drag there and I have my guitar plugged in. And let's see what happens. Okay, so as you could hear, that's a bit sloppy. What I can do to make my life easier is just drag this over and make a loop. And let's say I have a bit of a trouble with the beginning. So I seem to be having a problem with that section, so I can limit this selection even more and literally just work on that specific section. And I can literally just play that. already sounding better. But obviously the song is pretty fast and it has quite a lot of stuff happening. So what you can also do is play around with the tempo. We go to change tempo here. We can apply it to selection or apply to the whole thing. Let's just apply to the whole selection. Let's see how long we need this to be. Let's say that long. Go to change tempo, and instead of 132, let's say 112, and we apply the selection. And it's changing the tempo and extending everything, elongating these notes, elongating all of these tracks so we can actually practice along to the same section, but obviously a bit slower. And yeah, it does have the nifty function of following the tempo and knowing exactly what's happening in the song. So it knows that the overall tempo of Free Show X's is 132, and now it knows what to do to make that sound the same but at a slower tempo, in this case 112. So let's give that a go. That was much more comfortable to perform. So once you get really good at, say, 112, like it is now, you can then up the tempo to, let's say, 122. Apply the selection. It's gonna again do its thing and have the tempo kind of in between where we had it and the one we just practiced over. And once you get comfortable at that speed, you can then go back to the original, apply the selection, and try it at the original tempo. So it's that easy to add a track that you want to practice, separate the stems, mute the guitar, and then practice along to it to your heart's content. You could do it obviously at the original tempo, but you can slow it down. You can even speed it up just to make your life a bit easier when you play it at the actual speed. So it's that easy, and this is literally just scratching the surface of what this program can do. So I highly recommend you give RipX a whirl. It's really affordable and the demo is free, so you can go to their website now and try it out, put your favorite tracks in, see what it does to the stems, and let me know in the comments below if you like the video, if you like RipX, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.